Alright YouTube, today I'm going to be doing a review of my Atlaso Amtrak-J32BWH number 505. This engine comes equipped with Lionel's classic Team CC command system, Lionel's Real Sounds 4 sound system. It has front and rear electrocouplers, 2 brass flywheel equipped motors, has an operating smoke system, does not have a speed control system in it because this model was made in the year 2002 and Atlaso did not create their speed control system yet. I'm going to start on the front of this engine and then work my way back. I'm going to start with the pilots, because the pilots are really nicely detailed. So when you get yours, you're going to notice that the pilots are very nicely detailed and everything else. You got MU cables going through the snowplow, which is integrated into the pilot. You have grab irons on the snowplow, which you get to install yourself when you get the model. You have a coupler lift bar right here, which is also on the back. You have an air hose, which is also on the back. And you also have a housing around the electrocoupler to make it look a little more realistic. And the steps have holes in them, so to make it look a little more realistic. Moving down the engine, you'll notice that there's a lot of separately applied details on the trucks. You have sand lines on the sides of the trucks right here. You have shock absorbers right here and there. You have stabilizer. You have a speedometer right here. And you also have the braking system here. And you also have a lot of nice casting details on trucks, like the brake calipers, braking system, stuff like that. Over here you have the air tanks that produce the pressure for the braking system, and on the other side, let me show you really fast. On the other side you have a lot of nice separately applied details on here. You have piping details, you have the air filters, and you also have a bell, which is made out of metal. It's a nice feature. Moving down the engine, you have the fuel tank, which has a lot of separately painted details on it, the gauges and stuff like that. There are no needles on them. You have a battery box here, you have a smaller fuel tank, which is common on most Amtrak engines. Moving down, you have the rear truck. It's pretty much the same as the front truck, only there's no speedometer here. And here you have a separately applied chain, which links the truck to the body, which is nice. Rear pilot's pretty much the same. I'm not going to go into great detail about it. Moving up to the front of the engine, again, looking at the front, you have separately applied ditch lights that alternate when the horn is blown, and they're cool white LEDs. You have an incandescent headlight, classification lights. Here's how they work. When you're in forward, the front lights are green, rear lights are red. When you're in reverse, these lights turn red, and of course the emergency stoplight comes on, and then the rear lights turn green, which is nice. You have a separately applied door on the front that opens and has a working latch on it, which is nice. You have grab rails going up here. You have handrails on the sides, another grab rail here, and you also have a separately applied metal chain on the front. And these handrails and stanchions are made out of metal, and the walkways are also made out of metal, and they have a safety tread on them. Oh, and if you know how to turn on the classification lights in conventional command mode, please tell me. Moving down the engine, you'll notice that you have nice crisp painting and lettering. Here's the Amtrak. Here's the Amtrak on there. You have nice placards all over the engine and stuff like that. There's some placards underneath the radiator. Here's the brake wheel, and all these grills are cast in. They're not see-through. They look see-through, but they're actually not. Here's the rear of the engine. The rear of the engine is really nicely detailed. You have another separately applied safety chain. You have the walkways, which are made out of metal and have safety tread. You have a reversing light, classification lights, and we also have another sandfill cap here. And up here, there's a little grab rail up here. So, moving back up to the front of the engine, you have on the hood, you have lots of nice details on here. You got grab irons, you got sandfill caps, you have handrails. Up on the windshield, you have windshield wipers, and you have grab rails on top of the windshield wipers. Number board lights that do not illuminate. Here's the inner turning device light I was talking about. Up on the cab, you have a lot of nice details on here. You have textured roof, you have these 3 details, which are really nice. On the sides of the cab windows, you have sunshades, and inside the cab, you have a conductor figure. There's on the other side, you have an engineer figure who's waving. Moving down, you have separately applied warning placards on the roof. You have an antenna right there. You have a K5LA, which is accurate. Smoke unit. Here's a radiator, and there's the radiator comes off, so you can put in a 9-volt battery. See the headlight, brass flywheel equipped motor, smoke unit, and some other wiring like that. Under here I put the cab number of the engine for TMCC, so I can run it and not forget the cab number. Let me show you the other side really fast. The other side is really nice. So it's pretty much the same as this side. You use the engineer figure. You got a windshield wiper on the back here. You got a non-opening door. You got a nice Pepsi campaign scheme. And I forgot to mention on the other side. On the other side, you have grab rails going up here and warning placards. You also have another scale windshield wiper there, stuff like that. It's really nice. And on the roof, you got a lot of cast-in lift rings and stuff like that. So this engine is really nice. I'd recommend this to anyone that wants to buy it. So yeah, that's part 1. I'm Michael B450, and I'll see you next time.